She resigned and left the country, abandoning her party and the people. Interim government will definitely stabilize the situation and bring peace and order. In fact, Bangladeshi people are never communal. There was no riot here since long, no riot at all. This is a propaganda which is made against the people of Bangladesh and the government of Bangladesh. People do not want anymore the government of Sheikh Hasina. We will try to eradicate corruption, which is one of the main reasons. And we will restore democracy and democratic values properly and purely. BNP we want, the people of Bangladesh we want, and the interim also I want that they want a good friendly relationship with India.
We have seen that after the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has left the situation, she has gone out of the country as well. Your assessment, sir, about the situation in Bangladesh, how do you look at it?
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, she resigned and left the country, abandoning her party and the people. She was supposed to be with the people always, but she left the country. And as our knowledge goes, she has landed in Delhi now. She had to leave under special circumstances. You know that there was a student and citizens uprising. It was a revolution, and before that, almost 1,000 students were killed by Sheikh Hasina's police, and almost 12,000 people were arrested. And for 1 month, consecutive 1 month, there was movement against her, and finally on the 5th of August, the people came out on the street, the students, the common people, the women, children, and everybody. It was millions of people who were on the street, and they were heading towards Ganabhavan, the official residence of the Prime Minister. And then she left the country with a helicopter. But that means she had fled away, left, and abandoning her people and party, and left due to the fury of the people. So the situation is this, that when she left the country, then the army requested the president, and all of us requested the president to form an interim government, as because she has resigned and fled away, and the president formed an interim government under the leadership of Professor Yunus, the renowned Nobel laureate who is from Bangladesh. This is the situation. Now, the entire country is behind this interim government, and everybody is giving support to the interim government.
Right. So what would be your expectation from the interim government, if you can just elaborate on that, because there must be a roadmap in front. What would be your expectation in that regard?
Yeah, the interim government will definitely stabilize the situation and bring peace and order, as because there was no government for some time, for a few days, and the law and order situations will be better, and because their main task will be to hold an operation, free and fair operation, which will be neutral, and as soon as it's possible, they can create a neutral situation and congenial environment for election. They will go for election, and the political parties will participate in the election. And I think people will give their verdict properly.
Right. So we have also seen that there were protests by minorities and alleged attacks on the Hindu communities. How would you reassure them? What is your take on in this regard, sir?
In fact, there is a sort of misunderstanding and very unfortunate propaganda being made by different media, nationally and globally also, and especially from your country, the media is spreading that there is communal atrocities going on in Bangladesh, which is not true at all. This is not communal, not religious. This is totally political to some cases, I invite you, the media of India, to come to Dhaka and see themselves what has happened in Bangladesh. In fact, Bangladeshi people are never communal. There was no riot here since long, no riot at all. So when the people say that some people say that the people of Bangladesh are creating some communal problems, no, not at all. They are safe in the hands of the Bangladeshi government, Bangladeshi people. They're always safe. So this is a propaganda which is made against the people of Bangladesh and the government of Bangladesh. So we don't agree with this, and we invite you, the Indian media, all the international media, to come and see themselves what has happened. Now, this is again a political conspiracy going on against the interim government and the people, because the people do not want anymore the government of Sheikh Hasina, who has killed so many people in these few years and destroyed the constitution, and they have violated the human rights, several human rights situation, and corruption was rampant. It is unprecedented. These government people and they themselves. So the question of any atrocities on the minorities doesn't arise at all.
Mhm. What would be your expected timeline for the fresh elections in Bangladesh, sir?
In our constitution, there is a provision that 90 days should be given to them. But under special circumstances, this can be increased if they need it.
Right. How do you see the country evolving after the months of turmoil, and the role of BNP? What would be role of BNP in reshaping Bangladesh in this regard now?
We have
How do
always
you look at?
Yes, we have always categorically said what is our vision. We have said that we have given a 2030 vision. We have said that definitely there will be reforms in the country, mainly the judicial reforms, the constitutional reforms, and the administrative reforms. Will go for that, and we will try to eradicate corruption, which is one of the main reasons, and we will restore democracy and democratic values properly and purely. And the freedom of speech will be there, and people will be free to join any political party or political rallies, or their democratic rights will be established. So we want to see basically a liberal, democratic Bangladesh and a prosperous Bangladesh. And we believe that we will be able to do that.
So recently we have seen that there's resignation from the Supreme Court judge as well. What is your take in this regard, sir? What spite to this extent, sir? What is your take? Because this is something which has happened recently.
Unfortunately, the former Prime Minister's government, they politicized the entire judiciary. And the people had a lot of grudges against them. There were angers from the people, from the lawyers, and from the civil society, as well as from the students. So naturally, they had some bitter experiences. So the Chief Justice and other justices in the appellation had to resign. There was an alternative.
Right. Interesting and importantly, sir, India-Bangladesh relationship under the new regime, what would be your thoughts in this regard, sir?
It will definitely will be strengthened further, because we, as a political party, we always consider India to be our neighbor and friend, but we also invite India to come to a solution on certain issues. The issues are, number one is water sharing. Number two is stop killing in the border by BSF, the Bangladeshi citizens. Number three is the trade balance should be there. So the question is, the BNP, we want, the people of Bangladesh, we want, and the interim also, I have that they want a good friend relationship with India.
Right. This brings me to the last question, sir. Khaleda Zia was said to be an arch rival of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, was released days after she was ousted from the power. Any possibility of her becoming the new face of the country in future?
Khaleda Zia.
Yes.
Khaleda Zia is sick, she's the chairman of the party, and she was a very popular leader. Till now, she is the most popular leader in Bangladesh, as because she is very sick. So she needs the treatment, and most probably, if the doctors allow, she will go abroad for treatment. If she comes back, then definitely she will be the face of the BNP in the next election. And if he cannot come back, or if she is not fit to contest the election, then our next man is the acting chairman, Mr. Tariq Rahman.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for your time, sir. It's really appreciated.
For interviewing me.
Thank you so much, sir.